Ever wonder how pharmaceutical companies guarantee that your medication is still good to go, even after sitting on the shelf for months? We're diving into the intense world of stability protocols, those behind-the-scenes procedures that ensure a drug remains safe and effective from the manufacturing line to your medicine cabinet. We've got a stack of FDA guidelines, research papers, and even some insider tips to unpack, so buckle up.
Think of it like this. Every NDA or BLA submission needs a chapter dedicated to proving their drug can go the distance. That's where stability protocols come in, especially for the all-important CMC module.
And that's where you come in, right? You're our guide to this regulatory maze. First things first, let's talk about why these protocols are non-negotiable. We're talking FDA, EMA. These agencies don't mess around.
You got that right. Imagine them as the guardians of public health holding the keys to the medicine kingdom. Their job is to make absolutely sure that every drug that hits the market meets incredibly high standards. Stability protocols are their way of saying, prove it.
Okay, so no cutting corners. What happens if a company tries to skirt these guidelines?
Let's just say the consequences can be pretty dire. We're talking product recalls, hefty fines, even legal action. It's not just bad for business, it erodes trust. And most importantly, puts patients at risk.
Makes you realize those guidelines aren't just bureaucratic hurdles. They exist for a reason. So let's say a company is developing a brand new drug. What's their first step in building a rock-solid stability protocol?
Just like building a house, you need a blueprint. Defining the purpose and scope of your stability studies is crucial. This means being crystal clear about which drug, which form it takes, and its intended use.
So a pill versus an injectable liquid that would change things, right?
Absolutely. And we're not just talking about how the drug is administered, but also its storage. A medication meant for a tropical climate will have different requirements than one intended for a desert. Everything needs to be considered right from the get-go.
Got it. Laying the groundwork is key. Now, one of the things that always fascinated me is how companies recreate real-world storage in a lab setting. I mean, are we talking about building giant warehouses?
Yeah. It's more high-tech than that. Think climate-controlled chambers where temperature, humidity, and even light exposure are meticulously controlled. These chambers are like mini environments allowing scientists to fast-forward the aging process of a drug.
Like a time machine for medication. I've heard different terms thrown around: long-term storage accelerated conditions. What's the difference and why are there so many variations?